A retired Marine who led several civilian rescue operations from Afghanistan offered a vehement rebuttal to National Security Council spokesman John Kirby in his presentation of the Biden administration's post-action report, describing the retired admiral's presentation as a national tragedy. Kirby held an occasional confrontational press conference on Thursday, where he argued that Biden administration's withdrawal was largely successful, noting that the purpose of post-action report was not accountability. Chaos is over. I didn't see it, despite all the chaos talk. Not from myself, Kirby said, adding that at one point in the evacuation, planes take off with Afghans every 48 minutes from Hamid Karzai International Airport. And both Americans on board. Pompeo changes Kirby to Trump after Afghanistan fatal withdrawal, and one mission was missed. I don't agree with the whole chaos discussion, he said. These comments angered Chad Robichaux, Afghanistan war veteran co-founder of Save Our Allies, which has evacuated Americans and others from Afghanistan Ukraine. Robichaux described Kirby as someone who knew his words about facts on the ground were not entirely true, and said American people understood ministration's lies. It's not surprising that Biden or his clown show press secretaries lie, but it's a national tragedy for a former U.S. Navy admiral to do the same, Robichaux said. As a veteran, it saddens me to see former military leaders turning their backs on our citizens for personal and political gain. He called Kirby's presentation a retired flag officer military advisor, one of the biggest lies in this week's briefing, pointing to his most recent roles as a spokesperson in the Obama and Biden administrations and analyst on CNN. It's a long way from 1986, when he raised his hand, sworn to serve the American people, Robichaux said. His loyalty is to protect the corrupt politicians in D.C., not the people. Save Our Allies worked closely with senior Biden administration officials, including the Pentagon and State Department, to bring Hall home. Biden executive asks Trump again at the assessment of Afghans' withdrawal. Robichaux had previously estimated that it would take 140 years at 2021 rate for all qualified persons to be evacuated from Afghanistan, given the reported number of applicants for evacuation or asylum, including Marines' friend and former translator, Azizullah Aziz. After Kirby's briefing on Thursday, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo also expressed anger over criticism of previous administration, saying that despite recommendations to the contrary, Biden had made a political decision to announce withdrawal date. Kirby's spokesperson said the post-action report could now be reviewed by Congress, which could reveal things that could have gone better. No one is saying everything was perfect, but there was a lot going on. And thanks to the sacrifices and work of many American government officials, many Afghans are now living better lives in this country and in other parts of the world. The review process isn't over, Kirby added. This is the next muscle move that will be a long process to better understand, grasp and adapt to what we've learned and done in Afghanistan. I've been talking to veterans and veterans groups all morning about it. And one of the reasons veterans are so upset about it is because my friend, an Afghanistan war veteran, said it wasn't about what happened. Mann sang in The Story. He absence of accountability. What worries veterans so much is that we have all these problems with violent extremist groups that are emerging in Afghanistan right now. There is a great moral wound in our veteran population, and if at any level for your actions as a leader, if you are not willing to take responsibility, then the chances are very high that you will not take any action to rectify what happened. On Friday, retired Lieutenant Colonel Danny Davis disagreed with claims that there was no chaos, telling America Reports that there was no way to categorize what happened on the ground in Kabul in August 2021 other than chaos. I don't know what definition of not chaos you can get when you have those iconic where people chase plane as it goes on tarmac, and, of course, devastating explosion that killed so many people in U.S. Marine Corps, Davis said. No response has been received as of the publication date.